La libertad es un derecho que tenemos como humanos, el cual nos hace ver que no estamos sometidos a ejercer la voluntad del resto de personas. Este se basa en los criterios y creencias de cada persona para saber que no podemos generar limitaciones ni las personas generarnos limitaciones a nosotros. Sin embargo, es un concepto generado por la sociedad para convivir sanamente.
La trata de personas es un problema social el cual vivimos en la actualidad, en donde las víctimas son sometidas en contra de su voluntad, se les engaña, se les amenaza y se usa la fuerza en contra de ellas para obligarles a hacer trabajos forzosos, mendicidad infantil o trabajos sexuales.
Todas las personas pueden ser víctimas de trata de personas, pero según estudios, los más vulnerables son niños, niñas, adolescentes y mujeres en general. Algunas situaciones que aumentan la vulnerabilidad a ser víctima de trata de personas son redes familiares expulsoras y carecer de un proyecto de vida.
Hoy en día esta temática sigue afectando a todos los estratos sociales y económicos, además que a todos los países, sin importar si estos son ricos o pobres realmente. Otra triste realidad es que de las millones de personas que son afectadas, muy pocas tienen la voz y las oportunidades para poder pedir ayuda. Y realmente yo, que hoy tengo esta oportunidad, quiero gritar por todos ellos que no pueden.
Este tema creo que es algo que todo el mundo debe conocer, porque todo el mundo puede ser víctima de este, y aunque haya personas que sean más vulnerables que otras, nunca se debe bajar la guardia. Y es un tema que es realmente fundamental aprender, porque así podemos protegernos y proteger a otros y ayudar a las autoridades a que esto acabe.
Freedom is the capacity of being able to act by yourself. It is a condition of a free person who is not in jail, neither under the will of others. It is the possibility for you to make your own decisions and being able to express your ideas and feelings. Freedom is acting with values, always treating with respect and never hurting others.
Human trafficking means the transfer, transportation, or harboring of people. They often use the threat or force or other forms of coercion, debt, abduction, deception. People that get into this situation are often in a moment of vulnerability and seek a quick way out of their problems and do not realize the consequences these acts may bring.
People who are most exposed to these problems are teenagers who have problems in their lives because they're easier to get into their lives. Also, people who need money because they are taken for the idea that they will have a work, but instead they are victims of human trafficking. Throughout the years, kids and women are the ones who have been more exposed to this problem.
Although anyone can be a victim of human trafficking, most international organizations estimate that the really vulnerable groups include teenagers, children, and women in general. This is due to the fact that the majority of these people don't really have a life plan, and most of them are willing to take a lot of risks, making them really vulnerable and easier to exploit and seduce under false promises.
I find human trafficking nowadays unacceptable, especially as society is making excuses for traffickers and putting all the blame into victims, being always girls and women. They say, for instance, she was working at a time that she must be home, or she was wearing inappropriate clothes, that's why she provoked the abuser. But on the other hand, I have to admit that the 21st century society has evolved a lot as they are more aware, educated and involved in this social problem, but we need to raise more our voices and break more taboos for a real change.
Human trafficking has received a lot of increasing attention over the last decade. It includes sex work, domestic servitude, and exploitation in various ways. This is a global issue that involves many innocent people of all genders and all ages. As a student, I think that it is important that we know that this is something that is happening and we need to raise awareness and take action. This crime threatens life and steals the innocence of many people, especially children. As teenagers, we should acknowledge that this is something that is happening and the dangers of human trafficking.